Are you tired of repeatedly typing the same blocks of text in Microsoft Word? How can you easily add frequently used text or graphics to your Word documents? Hi, I'm Dawn with K2 Technologies. In this tech tip, we'll look at how to save time by creating repetitive entries in Microsoft Word by working with auto text. To create an auto text entry, first open a document that contains the text or graphics you want to use in other Word documents. It's also helpful to make sure the Show Hide option is enabled. We find this under the Home tab and in the Paragraph group. And here, when we select Show Hide, this will display paragraph marks and other non-printing characters. It's helpful because then we can be very clear about what we want to add to these auto text entries. Next, select the phrase, sentence, or other portion you want to store as a reusable auto text entry. Now your entry could include formatting, text, and images. And then we'll go to Insert. In the text group, look for Quick Parts. In Word, you can use the Quick Part Gallery to create, store, and reuse pieces of content, including auto text, document properties like the title and author, and fields. All of these reusable blocks of content are also called building blocks. But in this training, our focus will be on auto text, which is a common type of building block. And so we'll pick auto text and then save selection to Auto Text Gallery. An even faster way to get to the same place is with a keyboard shortcut, Alt F3. First, enter a unique name for the auto text entry. This could be a common word or phrase or a custom label. It can include letters, numbers, and even spaces. But if you want to use the shortcuts to replay this entry, choose a short one-word name. And although it could even just be one letter or number, a name with 4 or more characters will trigger the Autocomplete feature, which will enter an auto text entry into your document just by typing a few characters. For this one, I'll put in CHAD for Columbine Hill's address. This will be added to the auto text gallery, and for now, we'll stick to a general category, although categories are a great way to organize them by purpose or department or projects. Optionally, you can add a short description, but this is really handy to put in because it will actually create a screen tip when you hover over available auto text entries. Your save-in options include 2 choices. By default, this option is to save in the normal template or the normal.dotm file, which stores your personal customizations such as layout changes, macros, and other settings specific to you. Now, if you're creating auto text entries you'd like to share with other people in your organization, you may then want to choose instead the building blocks file because this is something that can actually be copied to another computer without sharing your other custom settings. There is one downside to using the building blocks file instead because it will not support the autocomplete feature, which is one way to replay these auto text entries. I'll share that with you as we continue. You'll also see options for how the auto text entry is inserted. For this, we'll stick with the default insert content only and OK to complete. Now I'll create a second entry here for a portion of a contract. For this, I'll use the keyboard shortcut, Alt F3. The label is Contract Sig. It's helpful to plan out your auto text entries. That is, you may want contract paragraphs or commonly used sections of it to all start with the same name so that they are organized alphabetically. For this, I'll create a new category called Legal, add a description, and then OK to complete. Next, let's look at how to use these auto text entries. First, move to a location where you want to bring in the auto text entry. So this could be an existing document. There are 4 main ways to add an entry. One is to return back to Insert, Quick Parts, hover over auto text, and you will see those entries. And so we could simply pick one that we want to add. A second option is to type the name or shorthand for this entry. In this case, it was add. I don't have to capitalize this. But notice here that we see this prompt. Press enter to insert. That is called autocomplete. And I don't have to type any punctuation, simply press enter, and it has been added to my document. Another way to add an auto text entry is to once again type the shorthand like contract sig, and this time I'll press the F3 function key. This will work whether or not my auto text entries have been saved to the normal template or the building blocks template. Even though the formatted text was part of the auto text entry, sometimes we will have to modify or fix some of the formatting depending upon what the normal style is within a new or alternate document. And another way to work with auto text is to add auto text to the quick access toolbar. You'll find the quick access toolbar either above or below the ribbon, and then simply click on this drop down arrow to the right. Choose more commands. From here, select all commands and then navigate until you see auto text. Select it, either double click or choose add. It will now be on the quick access toolbar and choose OK. Once you have this entry, it becomes a drop down where you can easily access all of your available auto text entries without needing to go to the ribbon or even to remember shortcuts. There is a fifth method that's available by customizing the ribbon, yet that's probably more involved than you'll likely need. Which of these options works best for you? If the autocomplete feature doesn't work, your entry is perhaps less than 4 characters, you've saved it to the building blocks template, or the autocomplete feature is not enabled. To confirm autocomplete is turned on, go to File Options Advanced and confirm this option, Show Autocomplete Suggestions, is enabled. What happens if you need to change an auto text entry you've already created? In this example, the address is changed. We approach it just as if we were creating a new entry. I'll press the keyboard shortcut, Alt F3, use the same name. Then when you press OK, choose Yes that you want to redefine or replace the building block entry. This does not change any documents that contain the content from the previous auto text entry, as the auto text entries are not linked in those documents. How can you change the properties of an existing auto text entry, such as the name or description? We go back once again to Insert, Building Blocks, and Building Blocks Organizer. Click the name of the building block that you want to rename or change. Choose Edit Properties. And I'll simply give this a different name, but I also could assign it to a different category, update the description, and make other modifications. Once again, I'll redefine the building block entry and close. You can also delete an auto text entry from this location. When you close out of Microsoft Word, you'll likely see an option enabled to prompt you to save the normal template or the building blocks template. If you see that, simply choose Save. If this doesn't display, it's because this feature has been turned off under File Options Advanced and Save. Auto text entries in Microsoft Word are a great way to save time and reduce errors when adding text and content to your documents. In this K-Squared Tech Tip, you've seen how to save time and effort by creating auto text entries in Microsoft Word. How can we help you to be more productive? Please reach out to us for IT services and consulting to support you with Microsoft technologies. We look forward to working with you. Thanks for watching.